If you have ever thought about getting into tech and Power BI being your tech tool of choice, now is the perfect opportunity. That's right. If you've ever thought about getting into tech with Power BI being your tech tool of choice, now is the perfect opportunity. I am going to be discussing just exactly why that is and more right here in this video, as brought to you by the power of the BI. So welcome back to another video in the power of the BI. Welcome back to another video in the power of the BI. Today, I just want to take a little time and just talk to you about Power BI, why right now is the perfect opportunity for you to learn Power BI. But before we get into why Power BI is the perfect tool of choice or the perfect tech to learn here in this information age, let me just give you a little bit about myself. My name is Terod Robertson. I am a certified Power BI developer, certified Microsoft Power BI developer. I am actually certified in several different Microsoft technology skill sets, one being Power BI, the other being Fabric, Artificial Intelligence Associate, Data Engineering, several different. I think I may have either somewhere between 7, 8, or 9 different certifications in with Microsoft. Now, what I like to tell my students and what I like to tell people, my colleagues within the industry is, I'm just an overachiever, right? Being certified doesn't mean anything to me anyway. Being certified doesn't mean anything when it comes to your skill set and being able to perform and create Power BI reports. Again, I totally admit, 100% transparent, I am an overachiever. Did I need to have all those? Do I need to have all of these certifications? No. Do I need to have a Power BI certification in order to be a good Power BI developer? The answer is absolutely not. However, it does add icing to the cake when you place it on your resume. It kind of brings you up a little bit to the top. If an interviewer or potential employee is looking at comparing two jobs or two resumes, and one is a Power BI developer, the other is a Power BI developer, one is certified and one is not, there definitely is an edge to being certified. So I'm not going to say that it doesn't mean anything, but it doesn't mean anything when it comes to being a good developer. Now, with that said, I do teach a course. I teach part of a course when it comes to becoming certified, but I don't even talk certified with my current students until they have finished the course. Then they move into the VIP program, the VIP student program. Outside that, I don't really talk certifications, but I am certified. I am not an employee of Microsoft. Microsoft is not a sponsor or endorser of this particular segment of Power of the BI. What I will say, as I always say, is, Mr. Microsoft, if you're out there listening and you feel that you want to endorse, you want to sponsor Power BI, hey, get in contact, Power of the BI, get in contact with me. I have no problem with speaking with you in regards to that. So I don't want to make it seem as if I am not interested in sponsorships. I just am not sponsored at this current time by Microsoft. So the opinions that I have are all of my own. I worked for Microsoft before. I have worked as a contractor for Microsoft before. I have not worked as a direct employee for Microsoft. I've been in Power BI for quite some time now. I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of things, for good and bad, come through when it comes to Power BI. Microsoft makes changes just about every 30 days when it comes to Power BI. Good, bad, or indifferent. Things are happening. Things are changing. Some things I wish they would leave alone and let remain the same. And some things I'm like, you've got to be able to see that this needs to be changed because this is not working. But anyway, that's neither here or there. Again, that's just a little bit about me and my background when it comes to Power BI. But what I really want to get into is, what really makes Power BI such a valuable tool to learn today when it comes to I'm not even say the information age. So I think we're moving through the information age. But as far as this tech revolution that's going on right now when it comes to artificial intelligence and business intelligence, I think that's the reason why Power BI is a great space to play in right now. What I mean by that is this: we all have witnessed what has gone on with artificial intelligence, or how artificial intelligence has really come into play within the last 2.5, 3 years maybe. Business intelligence is not far behind. If you haven't been under a rock, sleeping under a rock, or somewhere just passed out from some drinks you've had over the past 2 to 2.5 years, you know what artificial intelligence is. Business intelligence is basically on that same road path. It's not the same thing, but it's on the same road path as artificial intelligence, but it's more so specifically taking place within the business community. There is probably no industry today that is not incorporating or integrating business intelligence into that particular industry. Every company has not accepted Power BI at this point, or not just Power BI, but business intelligence itself. I'm not going to say that because there are other ways to identify business intelligence. I'm not going to go into those, but for the most part, for the big players that are in the game of intelligence, of business intelligence, most companies have not really indoctrinated a business intelligence ideology into their organization as of yet. But what I can guarantee you is that it is coming, and it's coming fast. All Fortune 500 companies, I believe, within the next 8, 9, 10 months, no more than a year, will have a full-fledged business intelligence indoctrination into their businesses. Medium-sized companies and small businesses will no doubt have business intelligence indoctrinated into their businesses, within the next 3 years. I mean, business intelligence is going to really begin to take off. At this point, it has not. That's why I say right now is a great time for you to be in. If you're looking for a tech tool to get into, a tech tool to learn, Power BI is a great tech tool to learn. Now, what does BI mean? BI means business intelligence. So that just gives you an idea of where we're going. If you understand what artificial intelligence is, business intelligence is pretty much doing this similar thing on the business side. And probably within the next 3.5 to 5 years, we will have seen an integration of business intelligence and artificial intelligence come into play, to where the business intelligence is now using artificial intelligence to make real world forecasts, to real-time forecasts, to be able to determine, from the smallest of things within a company, such as how many minutes someone may have spent on the phone, to how many millions or billions of dollars they can make within a certain period of time. And using artificial intelligence and business intelligence together, integrated together, is going to allow businesses to become super big, super fast. Super big, super fast. To say it in any simpler term, that is what it is. To become super powerful, well, not powerful, but super big and super big and super fast in a short period of time. Than even normal, a shorter period of time than even is normal that is taking place. Therefore, they're going to need individuals that understand and that know how to develop within Power BI. It's nowhere around it. Now, you say, well, if you got artificial intelligence is going to be able to do just that. Here's the deal. One thing people don't understand is artificial intelligence, for the most part, don't think. It takes information. It takes big data that's been collected, and then it starts gathering that information and sorting it out as it's been given to it, as the data has been given to it. But for the most part, there's no computer out there that's just sitting around thinking and saying, hey, how can we just make this better? Let's try this. Now, maybe in 10, 15, 20 years now, we got a super duper computer. Maybe so. Today, that's not the case. Same scenario with Power BI. Today, as of this video, you are not just able to go into a prompt and say, an AI prompt and say, hey, spit out this Power BI report. It's not able to do it because it needs additional information, and to get that additional information, it takes a person to know where that data is coming from and how to bring that data in, and then say, hey, give me this. It's a short, the steps are short, but it does take human interaction today as of this video. Now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, that's the earliest I can see that it may not take a person, but today it takes a person to do it, right? It takes a person to be involved, and it's not enough people, it's not enough developers out there right now within every organization that has the skill set in order to provide what is needed in order to provide or to build out a dynamic Power BI report. Therefore, that's where you come in. You today can learn that skill set. You can learn this tool called Power BI, and you can benefit your organization, or you can benefit yourself and move around and give yourself a raise. That's a whole nother conversation. Now, as far as the types of jobs that are available, one, like I just said, every industry has already incorporated Power BI. Most companies are starting to look at Power BI if they haven't already started experimenting with Power BI. You can be that lead player in your organization in becoming knowledgeable and understanding how to build out successful Power BI reports. The good thing about Power BI, or the one thing about Power BI is, it's not just about a specific industry. It's not just about a specific company. It is not just tech. It is every organization, is every department within an organization. So if they will need, organizations will need individuals in every department that understands, knows, and can build out Power BI reports, not just good tech people. An organization that only has tech individuals, IT individuals that are building out Power BI reports will get left behind. There will need to be individuals within every department that knows how to build out specific department Power BI reports. I said it today. As of today of this video, you can take it, you can save it, and then you can bring it back up when you get down the road and you've told somebody the same thing I just said, and then all of a sudden, voila, there it is, and no one listened to you. I'm telling you today, right now, every industry, every company, every organization, every department is going to need to have someone within the department that knows Power BI. Not just know it, but be proficient and understand how to build great and dynamic Power BI reports. That's where you come in. Today is your day. There's no better day than right now. There's no better time than right now for you than for you to get into Power BI than right now. So that is one deal. Now, you ask what type of jobs, what type of locations, do I have to go on site? Do I have to work remote? The answer to that is all that and above. So here's the deal. When it comes to Power BI development, you don't have to go in the office. You don't have to be in the office. Now, depending on what your office policy is, that's up to the office. But for the most part, if you're looking for a remote opportunity, you're looking for a six-figure opportunity, and you're looking for a remote opportunity, you've knocked out two birds with one stone. With Power BI, you can be a remote developer. There's a lot of remote work that's out there for a Power BI developer. You can go on site, on-prem, working in the office, or there are many hybrid opportunities that are out there where you work a few days in the office and a few days at home, or a few days at home and a few days in the office, how you want to look at it. But at the end of the day, there are remote opportunities out there. There are on-prem opportunities out there. And there are hybrid opportunities out there. In addition to, you may say, hey, I just want to freelance. And the response to that is great. You can. Because again, today, right now, there's not enough Power BI developers out there. So you can go out there and you can win some contracts with some organizations, with some companies yourself, and you can build out Power BI reports. All you have to do is build out Power BI reports for that organization. Again, that's why I say, if you were looking for an opportunity, if you were looking for a skill set, a tool set to use in order to get into tech, or if you looked into Power BI and now you're trying to understand whether or not Power BI is the right tool set for you, I'm telling you right now, Power BI is definitely the right tool set for you, because there's no better time than now. You can work remote, you can work hybrid, you can work on-prem, and you can work freelance, where you're going out there and you're winning your own jobs. You got a 3-month, 6-month contract, and then you go spend the rest of the time in Cancun. Listen, I'm telling you, there is no better time than now. Microsoft has a significant investment in Power BI. Microsoft has a significant investment in Power BI. Now, what does that really look like? So here's the deal. So if you want Microsoft Word right now, you probably have to go pay for it, whether it be a one-time payment or a subscription payment, or subscription plan. If you want Excel right now, you probably got to pay for it, or you got to go get a one-time payment, or you got to go get a subscription plan. Listen, Power BI is totally free. Power BI, again, is totally free. All you have to do right now, I forget the exact website to go to. It's a Microsoft website, but just go to Google, type in Power BI Desktop. When you get to Power BI Desktop, click download. You can then download Power BI Desktop to your computer, and you can work. You will be able to download this application, that application, Power BI, to your computer, totally free, no charge, totally free. Now, are there some paid versions? There are some paid versions. I think the first paid version is a step up. It's like $9.99 a month, $11 a month, or something like that. Don't remember, but what I'm telling you is you don't have to pay it because there is no fee. Because the free version of Power BI is totally, there's the desktop, the first version out there is totally free. It's the Power BI Desktop. Now, if you don't already have a computer, and you got to go and you're looking to go invest into a computer, to buy a computer, what I will tell you is this. As of this video, the only way to download Power BI Desktop successfully to your computer and to be able to create Power BI reports, you need to do it from a PC. Again, in order to download Power BI Desktop to your computer, you must have a PC. You're not able to successfully download Power BI Desktop to any other operating system as of this video and be able to successfully build out Power BI reports on your computer. Now, you can do so on other operating systems on what is called Service, Power BI Service, or app.powerbi.com, or the internet version, the cloud version of Power BI. But the actual desktop version of Power BI, you need to do that on a PC. And I will tell you that you're not able to build out robust reports on Service or online as you are with the desktop version. Again, the desktop version you must download to a PC. Therefore, if you're going to go out and buy a PC, I'm not going to get into all the specifications of what you're going to need, but what I'm going to suggest is this. If you're going to go out and get a PC that has at least 12 gigabytes of RAM. No, if you're going to get a PC, get a PC that has at least 16 gigabytes of RAM. You can get away with 8. I'm not going to tell you that you can't, because I've had an 8 gig before. I've used it. It worked. But what I'm going to tell you is, if you're going to make the investment, get an investment with at least 16 gigs of RAM. If you're going to make the investment, get a PC with at least 16 gigs of RAM. If you already have a PC, I'm not going to tell you to go buy a PC. I'm going to say try to download the Power BI Desktop version, upload the version, and see if you're able to create reports from the desktop version that you already have. If the 8 gigabyte desktop version it fits your budget best, hey, go for it. You can try it out. You can see if it works for you. If it works for you, go for it. If it doesn't work for you, I'm gonna say you probably need to get one that has 16 gigabytes of RAM. I spent somewhere between $300 and $400 on the low side, about $600 on the mid side, and I haven't really bought any of the high side computers. But at the end of the day, that's totally on you. It really doesn't matter the brand. I've had an Asus, I've had an HP, I've had HP, Asus, ASICs, different versions of PCs. I've had them 13-inch monitor, 15-inch monitor. I do suggest that you have two screens. You don't necessarily need to have two computer screens. You can get one. You can have one desktop. You can have one desktop. We can have one laptop computer, and you can get a monitor and connect the two with an HDMI cord. That's a whole nother conversation. But at the end of the day, if you get into the game and you're out there and you end up getting a gig, what I would suggest to you have at least 2 monitors to work from. That's a whole nother conversation. But if you get into the class, we'll talk about that within class. But at the end of the day, what I'm here to let you know is that if you want to download the Power BI desktop version, it's totally free. You just need to have a PC in order to do so. With Power BI, there is no coding to low coding, or low coding to no coding, depends on which way you want to look at it. Many people out there say, hey, I don't want to get into a tech to where I got to learn how to code, or I don't want to learn how to spend time trying to learn something different. So what I will tell you is, I've got several friends within that are performing that are creating Power BI reports right now. I've got several friends right now that are creating Power BI reports, and they've never coded a day in their life. They've never coded a day in their life. Now, there is a code that is used specifically for Power BI. It's called DAX, D-A-X, Data Analytics Expressions. The deal is, you can learn it if you want to. You don't have to learn it if you don't want to. Now, if you step into my course, Power of the BI, I do teach you the basics of DAX, which is built on SQL. I do teach you the basis of DAX, which is built on SQL. It's not a whole lot of coding involved, but the thing that I like to emphasize to my students and definitely to my VIP students is if you can get a job, no coding, but with just a little bit of knowledge of how DAX works and just a little bit of knowledge of DAX and the coding of DAX, you can make yourself stand out an extreme amount more, right? To say it just in simplest terms. You don't have to spend a lifetime learning computer coding. You don't have to learn. You don't need to learn Python and C and C# and C++ or whatever all that stuff is, and Java and all the different types of scripts. You just some basic DAX and you're gonna be good. And that's what I do. I teach you basic DAX, and then you're able to build on DAX as you are moving through the industry, moving through the profession. But I teach you the basics of what you need to know so that once you get to that next level, you can identify, what that really is. And this is just to give you some idea of how important knowing, being able to code is. When I took my test, when I passed my test to become certified, there was no coding on the test. Now, I don't think that there's any coding at this point. I haven't checked. It could always change. But for the most part, it wasn't all about writing down some code. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that you don't need to be worried about learning coding when it comes to Power BI. But at the same time, I don't want you to feel that if you jump into Power of the BI, into my course that's over at powerofthebi.com, now that's a shameless plug, but at the end of the day, if you jump over into my course over at powerofthebi.com, you will have to learn some coding. Not a whole lot of coding, some coding, just enough to make you successful over an extended amount of time for as long as you want to be in the game of developing Power BI reports. There are many different career opportunities out there. The average salary, many people want to know, what is the average salary? The average salary is about $105,000. The range is about $85,000 to $115,000. Have I seen individuals get lower jobs? Not lower than 85, but I have seen some get higher jobs, somewhere around the 120, 125 range starting out. I don't necessarily suggest the 120 to 125 jobs. Really about the 105 to 110 is where I suggest you be starting out, at least for the first 6 months. Because here's the deal. If you are brand new to Power BI, if you're brand new to tech, and someone's offering you 120 to 125, they're really expecting for you to be able to handle some other issues that may arise, which you may not be ready for, which could expose you into not knowing some things you probably should know had you been on the job for 6 months or so, or been in the industry for 6 months or so. So I don't really propose and suggest that you jump out there with those higher end jobs, but I definitely think that you should be, on the lookout of $105,000 to $110,000 a year starting out. If that's not enough for you, if you're saying, hey, I already make that kind of money, I'm not looking for that. I'm not trying to do that. So my response to that is, then Power BI can probably, if you're not into tech already, or if you're not developing Power BI reports right now already, and you are in an area where you are have a salary that's surpassed that 105, 110 mark, what I would say is Power BI will probably help you because it would help diversify your skill set. Now, if you say, well, that's not enough to diversify my skill set, I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to convince you that Power BI is where you need to be. What I'm here to do is let you know that Power BI is on the rise. Now, if that doesn't give you some idea that it may be a good fit for you, you're probably looking at the wrong video right now, because that's not who I am. I'm not here to convince you. I'm only here to tell the truth. Okay. So with that said, I've got several students that are out there that are giving testimonies as to how good Power BI. I ain't gonna say how good, because that sounds kind of sacrilegious, but just to let you know that they're giving testimonies out there saying that the program really does work. The program really does work. Okay, I'm not going to guarantee you that you're going to make $85 to $105, $110,000 because it's up to you. It's up to you. Now, as far as the program itself, I've designed the program to be a 16-week program. Designed the program to be a 16-week program. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean it takes 16 weeks to complete the program? No. I know for a fact that if you put your head down, went gung-ho, you could probably complete this program in 7 weeks and 5 days, a little bit under 8 weeks. You can complete this program in 7 weeks and 5 days. If you complete the program in 7 weeks and 4 days, you probably are going too fast. If you spend more than 6 months, you're probably going too slow. But I do understand that individuals do have different things going on. Some of us have kids and some of us have husbands and wives and different type of family things that are going on. Understand, most of us out there have jobs right now because we don't really have time to just do studying for Power BI because we have jobs, right? We have jobs, we have other things going on. So what I'm saying is I've designed this program for 16 weeks with people that have things to do. That's pretty much about 2 hours. If you're spending probably somewhere between 2.5 hours per week, you should be able to complete this course in about 16 weeks, which will be 4 months. Again, if you spend 6 months, yeah, you kind of stressed it out a little bit. If you do it faster than 7 weeks and 4 days, if you do it at 7 weeks and 4 days, you probably sped through it just a little bit too fast. But if you got time, you can probably get this thing done in about 7 weeks and 5 days, right at about 8 weeks. But again, it's designed for 16 weeks, 4 months. And what I'm saying is probably within 2 to 3 months after you have finished the course, you should be working at somebody's desk in Power BI, whether it be at your desk, working a remote job, or on-prem, working on-prem at somebody's desk, or working a hybrid situation. 2 weeks to 3 months after the 4 months of you working, completing the course, I do believe that you're going to be ready in order to do so. Again, I don't make any promises because all of this is built on you. Everything happens because of you. The goals that you set are going to happen because of you. Then nothing's going to happen with you sitting on your hands. And if you're out there and you're busting your in, learning this stuff, someone's going to take notice. Okay. Now you say, hey, well, what if I get out there on the job and there's something that I don't know and I feel like I'm really not qualified to really be working in Power BI? So here's the deal. That's pretty much called imposter syndrome. And I've written a book called The Six-Figure Cheat Code, How to Make Money in Tech. It's called The Six-Figure Cheat Code, How to Make Money in Tech. If you haven't already, go out there and pick it up. It's out there on Amazon. Go out there and pick it up. It's out there on Amazon. The Six-Figure Cheat Code, How to Make Money in Tech. I give several different scenarios on how to survive in an industry that you haven't spent 4 years of college trying to learn the skills, the different things, different ways you may feel, and the different thought processes you may have. I'm discussing all of that and giving it to you in the Six-Figure Cheat Code, How to Make Money in Tech. It's out there on Amazon. Again, it's a shameless plug, but it's out there. It's in writing. Just go out there and pick it up. You can get it on ebook and you can get it on paperback. But at the end of the day, you need to have that book because you are going to feel like you probably don't deserve the amount of money that someone is paying you because you probably made a certain amount of money for so long that when somebody gives you this amount of money and it took you a long time to learn a skill set and a lot of money as far as a tuition in order to earn a salary that you were earning, now you're learning something in 4 months and you're probably making, I don't know, let's just say you were making 50, now you're making 105. You done more than doubled your salary and off of a skill that you learned in 4 months. I get it. Again, I'm not gonna beat that dead horse. Go out there and pick up my book. It's The Six-Figure Cheat Code, How to Make Money in Tech. What that tells you also is this: you don't need a degree to learn Power BI. You don't need a degree to be a Power BI developer. Okay, so if you are saying, hey, I didn't go to school to learn IT, I didn't go to college, it doesn't matter, right? What I'm telling you is, what I'm gonna teach you in 4 weeks, what I'm gonna teach you in 4 months, 16 weeks, listen, you're gonna be able to go out there and you're gonna be able to get those 6-figure jobs just like anybody else. You deserve it, the time is now. Go get it, the time is now. It's all on you. It is all on you at this point. So here's the deal. I am holding a free webinar. I am holding a free webinar, a free Power BI webinar, Sunday from 3 o'clock to 4:30. Again, I am holding a free webinar Sunday from 3 o'clock to 4:30. It is totally free. I'm going to talk to you about all of the things about what Power BI is, what Power BI does, how Power BI benefits. Then I'm going to be building a Power BI report. I'm going to be showing you just how easy it is to build a Power BI report. Your question now is, how much he going to try to charge me? Listen, here's the deal. I'm not trying to charge you anything. I'm trying to give you information. I'm trying to help you understand that there's a way that you can make six figures in tech. I'm trying to give you a tech tool that you can learn, a tech skill set that you can learn. And at the end of the day, you know, I believe it's Power BI. Now, the question that you just asked, or that someone could ask before this video is over, how much money is he going to try to charge me? I'm not trying to charge you anything. Is there a course offer at the end? Can I offer you a course at the end? Yes, but here's the deal. I'm only taking a certain number of individuals in the course anyway. So it doesn't even matter, how much the course is. I'm only taking a certain number of individuals anyway. Then, given that I'm only taking a certain number of individuals, I'm only going to take those that participate in the webinar all the way through, from 0 minutes to 120 minutes. In order to even qualify for the webinar, in order to qualify for the course, you've got to be on the webinar from 0 minutes to 120 minutes. So at a certain point in the webinar where you feel that I've given you enough free information to where you can go out there and you can learn Power BI on your own, or you can take the information that I gave you and you can build on that in order to learn and understand Power BI, do that. Do that. That's why I'm giving you that information. Those that don't need additional assistance, I'm not trying to give them additional assistance, right? Those that can take the information that I'm going to give you in the webinar, because I'm going to show you how to build a Power BI report from beginning to end. And for those of you guys that can take that information and start building out Power BI reports and going out there and getting those six-figure jobs on your own, that's what I want you to do. I want to focus on those of you that really need the help. Not only, but that really need the help, that really can use the assistance and really learning the tool. But for those of you that don't need that, all you need to know is, where do I get it from, and how do I download it, and what can I use to make this thing work in order to build out the information that I need in order to build out to be a Power BI developer and get a six-figure opportunity within Power BI, within any organization, any industry, any department. Listen, I want you to do that. I want you to do that. So with that said, I hope this video really helps someone. I hope that you can take this video and use it as a sense of encouragement. The goal of this video really was to encourage you, to let you know that there was something else that is out there that can help you, increase your salary, that can increase your skill set, that can increase your diverse knowledge of the talent that you're providing to your company. And I'm hoping that I see you on the webinar on Sunday from 3 o'clock to 4:30. So with that said, with all of this information, once again for joining in, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.